It is time to eradicate sickle cell disease on behalf of let us all ensure universal access to comprehensive healthcare. It is time for investment in sickle cell research and healthcare infrastructure to support these efforts.
We will remain standing for the
individuals living with sickle cell disease. Contact us to make a difference to all the sickle cell warriors out there. We are in this together.
We stand with you in this fight.
Together, we will beat sickle cell disease. You and fear.
However, it is important to know that sickle cell disease, while challenging, can be managed effectively. With early diagnosis and interventions, many complications can be prevented.
Newborn screening, comprehensive health care, and parental education can enable up to 95 out of every 100.
Thank you very much. You may take your seats. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the 20th anniversary celebration of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic. What a wonderful time to be celebrating this worthy cause. 20 long years of a fight that continues unabated. We welcome you this morning to the Burma Hall at the Burma camp. My name is Jackie Ankra. This morning, my pleasant task is to steer you through this morning's affairs. I've been joined by Captain Judith from the DPR, the lovely Judith. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for my co-MC. We would like you to sit back and enjoy this event while we open with a prayer. To start with the opening prayer, we invite Lieutenant Colonel Noah Boahin. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome him with a round of applause.
Please shall we stand as we pray. And now we yet alive and see each other's face. Glory and praise to Jesus give for his redeeming grace. Most blessed, most gracious Lord, we want to thank you this morning for how far you brought us. We thank you for each and everyone here, for the many blessings you continue every now and then to bestow on us. If we want to thank you for 20 years of existence of Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic, it is not by our might, it is not by any power of ours, it's just by your grace. And so we thank you for that. Even as we seek to transform sickle cell care with global strategies and innovations, may your abiding presence be with us. We began with just 4 patients and now over 1,500 patients. It is just by your grace. We are facing a lot of challenges, but with you at the head of our affairs, we will certainly smile at the storm. We commit this symposium into your hands. Pray for all speakers, touch us, minister unto us especially. We pray for nurses, doctors, and each and every one, that your grace will continue to abound. May your abiding presence keep us through, that at the end we shall have cause to say, take glory Father, take glory Son, take glory Holy Spirit. And that your blessedness will keep us, give us peace, patience, tranquility in all endeavors. In the name of God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit, we pray with thanksgiving. Amen. Please be seated.
Please put your hands together once more for Lieutenant Colonel Noah Boahin for the opening prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 6 days to Christmas. What an honor, what a privilege, what a pleasure it is to be here this morning, celebrating 2 decades of a noble cause, 2 decades of fortitude. The Sickle Cell Clinic has been such a beacon of hope, of faith, and of healing. and we trudge on, we forge ahead, there are still many more hills to climb. We would like you to sit back, relax, and watch this short video that we made for you, with you in mind. And don't forget to smile to all of our life changes. We made it this far. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy the video.
About 18,000 children are born every year in Ghana with sickle cell disease. At least 1 out of every 50 newborns in Ghana is affected by sickle cell disease.
Alarmingly, 9 out of 10 newborns in Ghana are not screened for their sickle cell status.
This issue extends beyond Ghana to all of
1 out
Africa,
of every 50
where millions
newborns
of
in
babies go
Ghana is
unscreened each
affected
year.
by sickle cell disease.
Alarmingly, 9 out of 10 newborns in Ghana are not screened for their sickle cell status.
This issue extends beyond Ghana to all of Africa, where millions of babies go unscreened each year. Many are only diagnosed with sickle cell disease after severe pain crisis, leading to needless suffering and loss of life.
Some families experience financial hardship due to high medical bills, forcing them to take loans or seek early discharge from hospitals.
Low awareness and lack of knowledge can result in severe complications, societal stigmatization, and fear.
However, it is important to know that sickle cell disease, while challenging, can be managed effectively. With early diagnosis and interventions, many complications can be prevented.
Newborn screening, comprehensive health care, and parental education can enable up to 95 out of every 100 children with sickle cell disease to thrive into adulthood.
Some Ghanaians with sickle cell disease have lived full lives into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, thanks to access to appropriate medical care.
Many people continue to suffer from sickle cell disease due to years of neglect, lack of knowledge, and needed health care.
The burden of sickle cell disease is rising across Ghana and sub-Saharan Africa. Today, we say enough is enough.
Sickle cell disease deserves the same level of attention and support as other public health issues.
It is time for the swift implementation of newborn screening policies across Ghana and Africa to ensure early diagnosis and treatment.
I advocate for culturally relevant and relatable educational initiatives to combat sickle cell disease stigmatization and misinformation.
It is time to prioritize sickle cell disease on public health agendas. Let us all ensure universal access to comprehensive health care. It is time for investment in sickle cell research and healthcare infrastructure to support these efforts.
Join us in supporting individuals living with sickle cell disease. Contact us to make a difference.
To all the sickle cell warriors out there, we are in this together.
We stand with you in this fight.
Together, we will beat sickle cell disease. You are not alone.
About 18,000
Ready to forge ahead with the battle. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce our chairman for this morning's function. We've chosen a noble man, a man I know and love. Major General Ewusi is a senior military officer who was commissioned into the Ghana Armed Forces on the 20th of August 1993 as a medical officer. He was first posted to the 3rd Infantry Battalion, Sunyani, and served as the station medical officer from 1993 to 1997. He holds a diploma and fellowship, respectively, in ophthalmology from the West Africa College of Surgeons, and has attended numerous courses, seminars, and conferences in his field of practice, as well as national developmental issues. Major General Raymond Debussy worked as an ophthalmologist at the ophthalmology department of the 37th Military Hospital, rising through the ranks to become the officer in charge of the department. During the period, he also served in various appointments, both locally and internationally, including the United Nations Peace Support Operations in Rwanda, 1994, Liberia, 1996, and La Côte d'Ivoire, 2014. Held until February 2024, when he was promoted to the rank of a Major General and appointed as the Deputy Chief of Staff Medical. His hobbies are reading and listening to music. Ladies and gentlemen, we present our chairman for this morning. Chairman, your audience.
Good morning, and thanks so much, Jackie, for the nice introduction. Major General Matthew Essien, Commandant, Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College, and our guest of honor for today's ceremony, Brigadier General P.K. Ayibo, Commandant 37th Military Hospital, Brigadier General E.V. Kwabia, the Commander GAF, said, Professor Delaziga, our guest speaker for today, Dr. Pabi, the head of Pediatric Division at the 37th Military Hospital, distinguished generals, senior officers, men, women, defense civilian staff, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. I'm deeply honored to stand before you today, not only to celebrate the 20th anniversary of our Sickle Cell Clinic at the 37th Military Hospital, but also to express my sincere gratitude for being selected as the chairman for this occasion. As we gather today, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the significance of this milestone. Sickle cell disease is a genetic disorder that affects millions of people worldwide, causing immense pain, suffering, and economic burden on individuals, families, and societies. In Ghana, sickle cell disease is a major public health concern, with an estimated 15,000 babies born with the disease every year. The disease has a significant impact on the quality of life, education, and economic productivity of those affected. Despite these challenges, our Sickle Cell Clinic has been a beacon of hope for those affected by it. Established 20 years ago, the clinic has provided comprehensive care, support, and education to thousands of patients and their families. The clinic's impact cannot be overstated. It has improved the quality of life for countless individuals, reduced the economic burden on families, and contributed significantly to the national effort to control and manage sickle cell disease. As we celebrate this milestone, we recognize the tireless efforts of our healthcare team, who have worked with compassion, dedication, and expertise to deliver exceptional care to our patients. We also acknowledge the support of our partners, collaborators, and supporters who have contributed to the success of our clinic. To ensure the success of this event, I kindly request your support and cooperation. Let us work together to make this celebration a memorable one. Your active participation, engagement, and feedback are crucial to the success of this event. Once again, thank you for this honor, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you to make the event a resounding success. Let us celebrate this remarkable milestone together. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Always such a scholar and a gentleman, ladies and gentlemen. And a round of applause for our chairman for this function, Major General Raymond Kapala Ewusi.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I'd like to invite Dr. Pabi Abikwe to give the welcome address.
Our distinguished guest of honor, Commandant of the Ghana Armed Forces Commanding and Staff College, Major General Matisino, the Deputy Chief of Staff, Major General Ewusi, the Commander of the Military Hospital, my own father, Brigadier General PAEDIATRIC, the Commander of the Ghana Armed Forces Critical Care Hospital, Brigadier General E.V. Abraham Abia, distinguished generals, directors, chief nursing officers, soldiers, defense brigade staff, invited guests. I am very honored to stand here today before you to welcome all of you to the climax of our 20th anniversary celebration since the establishment of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic at 37 Military Hospital. Today we stand together to mark a momentous occasion, one that signifies hope, compassion, progress in the fight against sickle cell disease. The day embodies the combination of dreams, relentless efforts, and an unwavering commitment from a multitude of visionaries. Just to name a few, the late Professor Kofi Onyem Frimpong, Dr. Mrs. Agwapashi, Dr. Yvonne Drew, Brigadier General P.K. Ayibo, and all my other senior colleagues who have come before me in the Department of Pediatrics. Each of these distinguished doctors recognize the urgent need for specialized care and support for the impact that is made by sickle cell disease. Our clinic offers comprehensive care with services ranging from early diagnosis, pain management, and genetic counseling, as well as psychological support. We are dedicated to providing holistic patient-centered care. That means not only the medical needs of our patients, but also the emotional and social needs of our patients. Our mission extends beyond treatment. We are committed to education, raising awareness within our community, and advocating for policy changes that promote research and improve the quality of life of the people who are affected by the disease. During this 20th anniversary celebration, we've gone around churches, schools, organizations, offered education on sickle cell disease, offered testing or screening for sickle cell disease to hundreds of people. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to every individual and organization that has supported this cause. To our healthcare professionals who bring unparalleled expertise and compassion to the work each day, especially my nurses led by DDNS Laboratory at the POPD and the doctors in charge of the sickle cell clinic. We know you have been pushing the boundaries in your stride to provide cure to our clients, to the families and individuals, and especially those who are able to join us here today. You are the heart of the clinic. Without you, the clinic will not be there. Your resilience inspires us, and we are committed in working alongside you on this journey. Let this clinic be a place of healing, empowerment, and unity, a place where you feel supported and understood. As we celebrate the 20th anniversary today, let it be a symbol of new beginning. Let it be a symbol of hope to start a brighter, healthier future for all those who are affected by sickle cell disease. I'd like to thank you all for being here to climax our anniversary celebration and for your continuous support. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you very much.
A symbol of new beginnings, a symbol of hope and faith. 20 years of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Emmanuel Pabi Abikwe is the head of department. He attended St. Augustine College, Cape Coast, from where he proceeded to the New School of Medical Sciences, where he graduated as a medical doctor in the year 2003. He was employed as a house officer and did his housemanship, 37 Military Hospital, in surgery and pediatrics. In 2005, he was posted to the Air Force Medical Center at Takoradi as the station medical officer. During the period of 2006 to 2007, he performed additional duties at the then Naval Sick Bay at 2nd D and at the 2nd MRS at Bremdo, Takoradi. He later on served as a medical officer with the UN peacekeeping mission in Congo DR in 2006 and in 2007 with UNIFIL GH66 in Lebanon. Dr. Pabi Abikwe had his residency training in pediatrics at Kolebu Teaching Hospital under the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons and the West African College of Physicians from 2007 to 2010, and later in 2016 had his fellowship with the WACP at 37 Military Hospital. In 2021, he was elected as a fellow of the GCPS. He has served on several national technical committees and contributed to the development of several national policies and guidelines, such as National Diabetes Guidelines for Primary Healthcare Providers, Consolidated Guidelines on Management of HIV/AIDS, Ghana Thoracic Society Guidelines on Asthma Management, Ghana Steps Report 2023, and National Sickle Cell Disease Strategy. He has a number of peer-reviewed scientific publications to his name and has attended several international and local conferences. He serves as a trainer and examiner for medical schools, postgraduate medical colleges for doctors and nurses. Dr. Pabi serves as head of the Department of Pediatrics at 37 Military Hospital, a position he has held since August 2019. A wonderful leader, exemplary leader, and this is where we find him today. Shall we put our hands together once more for Dr. Pabi Abikwe? Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now to treat you to some music, so we will pause for a musical interlude, and then we will introduce our next guest. Enjoy the morning.
Let us appreciate the band for their beautiful rendition of seasonal tunes. Now I'd like to invite a rep from the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana to give us a fraternal message.
Good morning, everyone. So it's the Pediatric Society of Ghana. All right, so on behalf of our President, Dr. Hilda Mantibiaboy, we bring greetings from the Pediatric Society of Ghana. We are very happy to be involved in this landmark of 37 Military Hospital Sickle Cell Clinic. And we are very happy about the strides that the clinic has made concerning sickle cell management of children in Ghana. We would like to wish 37 Military Hospital Sickle Cell Clinic a happy 20th anniversary, and we hope that all the celebrations today and beyond will go a long way to continue to impact our children in Ghana. The Pediatric Society of Ghana is always and ever ready to support any activity that the clinic wants to have or wants to perform, and we would like to, on this grand occasion, wish you a happy celebration. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Next, I'd like to call on Dr. Adjoa Kwashi and Dr. Jackie Owusu Mackenzie to regale us on the history of the setting up of the pediatric clinic.
The guest of honor, Commandant Ghana Armed Forces, Command and Staff College, Major General. Oh, sorry. The Deputy Chief of Staff Medical, Major General MC, the Commander, 37 Military Hospital, Brigadier General Ayibo, the Commander, Ghana Armed Forces, Critical Care Hospital, Brigadier General Abraham Ekwebia, the Commanding Officer, 37 Military Hospital, Lieutenant Colonel BT, all protocols observed. I thank God for such a great opportunity to be here with you this morning. Before I proceed, I humbly request that you all stand for a moment of silence in honor of our late Professor Ohene Frimpong. Thank you. You can sit down. Professor was the foundation and driving force behind the exceptional comprehensive sickle cell clinic at the 37 Military Hospital. Our journey began with a mutual patient who had severe complications from sickle cell disease. It was then that the late professor played a pivotal role in managing our patients. He always urged steadfast. His years of study and research brought forth comprehensive management strategies we employ, such as newborn screening, penicillin prophylaxis, hydroxyurea, cranial Doppler, among many others. Even though Prof wasn't always physically present in Ghana, he consistently supported the clinic by sending medical professionals to help with the new ideas and management plans for our sickle cell patients. For example, Dr. Jackie is one of them, and Dr. Anchan, who couldn't come because of duties in the U.S. Our journey began with, working at the clinic has been one of the greatest moments in my over 40-year career as a pediatrician. There is still so much that Prof envisioned for the clinic, so I will now hand over to my colleague, Dr. Jackie, to continue.
So Dr. Kwashi was kind enough to observe all protocols, and that's why I'm not going to repeat that because I will bump at it and because she did such an amazing job. But thank you for having me here and good morning to all of you. So my name is Jackie Owusu-McKenzie and I'm a pediatrician at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. But I want to say the greatest honor of my pediatric career is having worked with colleagues in Ghana, especially Dr. Adjoa Kwashi. When I think of my role models in terms of the medical profession, Professor Kweku Ohene-Frimpong comes to mind. And of course, because he was my mentor and he trained me in sickle cell disease. And then I came to Ghana and then I met Dr. Adjoa Kwashi. And I have to say, of all the pediatricians that I've worked with worldwide, here in Ghana, in the US and internationally, she's the person I want to structure my career as a pediatrician after. Dr. Kwashi really epitomizes what a pediatrician should be. And as I look into the crowd and I see the lovely faces of you sickle cell warriors, I am just so excited and so you on penicillin at 2 months of age, and then now we can start you on hydroxyurea at 9 months of age, right? And so we are imploring you to make sure that you understand sickle cell disease because you are your own doctors. I take care of several sickle cell patients, and the ones that do really well are the ones that understand their illness. So today, on behalf of my colleagues at the Children's Philadelphia, and on behalf of the Sickle Gene International Foundation, of which I am the president, and the executive director is here with me, Dr. This is a foundation call started when he was dying because he wanted to make sure. So I'm promising you that he is not here with us today, but he made us promise to work together with you to make sure that your painful episodes are less painful, that you get to go to school, that you get to live long, healthy lives. You deserve the same chances as people without sickle cell disease. So as long as I live, as long as I take my last breath, with God at my side, I promise that I will continue to work tirelessly to make sure that you kids, you parents are the same as anybody here in this room. May God bless you, and may God bless all the doctors, all the leaders in Ghana, and let's make sickle cell disease a regular thing, because indeed it can be. It should be, you should be able to live your full life, and you should be able to live pain-free lives. Thank you for inviting me to speak with you today.
Thank you very much, ladies, and another round of applause to them. Ensuring healthy living, promoting well-being over the last 20 years. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me such great pleasure to see women lined up, a clear indication of girl power. Another round of applause for the ladies. We will now take some more fraternal messages. We've got the International Sickle Cell Centre here this morning, the World Health Organization as well. Shall we invite their reps, please, with a round of applause.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce the arrival of Nana Berima Kwabna Iwa I, Chief of Achim Sokode Draso, and Berima of Achim Kukren Sumi. You're very welcome.
Distinguished members of the high table, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the World Health Organization, the WHO country representative in the person of Dr. Frank Lule, and the non-communicable disease team lead, it is a great privilege to extend our homage congratulations to the 37 Military Hospital Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic on this significant milestone on your 20th anniversary. For 2 decades, this clinic has been a beacon of excellence providing critical care to children living with sickle cell disease, and advancing innovation solutions to improving outcomes. The team transforming sickle cell with global strategies and innovations is both timely and crucial. At WHO, we recognize sickle cell disease as a global public health priority and are committed to fostering partnership to strengthen health systems, improve early diagnosis, and ensure equitable access to quality care across all levels of the health care. In Ghana, WHO is currently implementing the WHO PEP+ strategy in 2 selected district hospitals. Sickle cell disease is prioritized alongside type 1 diabetes and rheumatic heart disease. Ensuring these critical conditions are addressed at this level of care. Additionally, WHO has recently developed harmonized sickle cell disease treatment guidelines, supporting the Ghana Health Service and the Ministry of Health with this. It is our hope that the Ghana Health Service, together with our support, will adapt to enhance care delivery in this area. Furthermore, WHO supported the Ministry of Health to develop and launch the sickle cell disease strategy earlier this year, which serves as a critical framework to guide and implement activities aimed at improving sickle cell disease care in the country. There is an urgent need to utilize this strategy effectively in all related interventions to maximize its impact. The achievements of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic exemplify the power of dedication, collaboration, and innovation in addressing the burden of sickle cell disease in Ghana and beyond. WHO stands ready to support initiatives that bridge gaps in care, strengthen community education, and ensure that every child has the opportunity to lead healthier and more fulfilling life. Congratulations once again on the 20 years of transformative care. Together, let us continue to work towards a future where sickle cell disease is no longer a barrier to health and well-being. Thank you, and I wish you a successful symposium.
I would like to stand on all protocols observed, and I want to say a big thank you to the 37 Military Hospital, Dr. Pabi, thank you. And one thing that some of you may not know is our sickle cell journey. The International Sickle Cell Center started at 37 Military Hospital when I worked under Dr. Pabi. And I can see some of my bosses here today, and it feels surreal. And at 37 Military Hospital, the pediatric department, to be specific, I met mothers who had children with sickle cell disease, engaged them, and the opportunity and training that I had at the clinic, it opened my eyes to the gaps that existed and what we could do as healthcare professionals to bridge these gaps. And I received a lot of mentoring and tutoring learning from Dr. Pabi, and I see some of my bosses who trained me there as well. Also at the obstetrics and gynecology department, I saw mothers who were pregnant, and because of my experiences at the pediatric department, children who had kidney injuries and various complications from sickle cell disease, it made me pay attention to the antenatal books. And the first thing I'll look at is their sickle cell status. And I'll find out, I'll ask them, do you know your partner's genotype? And some will say no, some will say yes. But after, that was in 2016, after so many years, the experiences that I had, particularly from the Sickle Cell Clinic at 37, the learnings and all, is what eventually pushed me to go to the University of Oxford to study more and find ways of bridging the gaps that I came across. And I'm excited to say that Dr. Papi and I, we've maintained that relationship, that mentor-mentee relationship, and he's been a very strong supporter, and he's been with us, and he's one of our senior consultants, and everything we've done, we've been able to screen about 6,000 people in 10 regions for their sickle cell status. We've conducted educational campaigns across the country, and we are still doing a lot. And the sickle cell problem is so big, one organization cannot do everything. And the 37 Military Hospital is doing so well. And I believe as we get mentors like the healthcare professionals at 37 and other Ghana Health Service facilities and organizations like the World Health Organization, as we come together to work, I believe that we'll be able to bridge the gaps in sickle cell disease, and people are suffering. They are struggling, and Dr. Papi told Mary, it's like a cup that has holes in it. It never gets full. The needs, people tell me, I need to pay my medical bills, I have this, and we need policies, we need strategies which are sustainable, but I believe in that power of collaboration, and I'm very excited for this 20th anniversary of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic at 37 Military Hospital, and I can't wait for the next 20 years, and I believe that hopefully in the next 20 years when we gather, we may be celebrating things like accessible bone marrow transplantation or even gene therapy for our children and adults. So congratulations on your 20th anniversary. Thank you.
Please don't leave just yet. Tell us who you are.
So my name is Dr. Mary Ansong. I'm the co-founder and CEO of the International Sickle Cell Center.
My name is Dr. Pascal Kingsley. I'm a medical epidemiologist working as a technical officer of non-communicable disease with WHO Country Office Ghana.
A round of applause to them, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. One thing remains clear, that this is a huge task which could not be done by one organization, one institution, one hospital. We need to stand together, work together, so that we can succeed together. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 20th anniversary celebration of the 37 Military Hospital Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic. Our theme for this celebration is Transforming Sickle Cell with Global Strategies and Innovations. We heard from Dr. Adra Kwashi and Dr. Jackie Owusu-Mackenzie, and now it's time to hear from the 37 Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic in the person of Dr. Sheila Asamoah-Ochu. Please put your hands together.
Standing on the existing protocols, I would like to tell you about the current state of the Sickle Cell Clinic at the 37 Military Hospital. I must say that the establishment of the Sickle Cell Disease Clinic at the 37 Military Hospital, Accra, Ghana, was a significant milestone in the country's efforts to manage sickle cell disease. Today, we gather here to celebrate a remarkable milestone, the 20th anniversary of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic. For 2 decades now, our clinic has been a beacon of hope, care, and support for individuals and families living with the sickle cell disease. Over the years, the clinic has provided a comprehensive patient-centered care to those affected by the complex and debilitating disease. We've worked tirelessly to improve health outcomes, enhance quality of life, and empower patients and families with the knowledge and resources they need to thrive. After the establishment and hard work of the PAEDIATRIC, including the late Prof. Ogne Frimpong, the 37 Military Hospital Clinic was actually first started in October 2004. And after the hard work of Dr. Mrs. Kwashi, we've heard a lot about what she did and her impact. It's because of her that we are also running the Sickle Cell Clinic. Dr. Alma Yvonne Brew took over and played a significant role in the start of the hydroxyurea clinic at the 37 Military Hospital in February 2014, and that was the first ever to start in the country. The clinic currently has over 700 patients on hydroxyurea. Due to the quality of care at the 37 Military Hospital Pediatric Division, news spread and sickle cell disease patients from all over the country crowd the clinic every Thursdays. And because of the increasing number of patients, we had no choice than do the clinic 2 times a week instead of once a week. So the clinic ran on every Monday and Thursdays from 7:30 hours to 14:00 hours at the pediatric OPD of the 37 Military Hospital. And it is run by myself and my team, a senior nurse coordinator and team trained to manage sickle cell disease and provide genetic counseling and provide the health and educational support for the patients and their families. We have a clinical psychologist and their team. We have our health administrator who is always with us, ensuring that our patients get good care. We have actually a multidisciplinary approach in our clinic, the orthopedic surgeons, the dietitians, the surgeons, ophthalmologists. We are all together running this comprehensive sickle cell clinic. Our achievements: the clinic, since the establishment 20 years ago, has achieved the following. We have an increased number of patients from the initial number of 4 patients to over 1,500 patients. We were the first to introduce the hydroxyurea therapy in 2014, the first ever in the country. We have an effective, comprehensive sickle cell disease program with the well-structured human and technological resources. As I said, we have a multidisciplinary approach with the assistance of all the team of the pediatricians and the pharmacists and all those that need to be part of the clinic. We have also been able to transition from the adolescents to from transition program for adolescents to the adult sickle cell clinic. We have, especially because of the good work, we had a philanthropist, Dr. Sickle, Despite, who was so touched by our work at the sickle cell clinic, and so built a ward for the sickle cell disease patients. And those who stay on the ward, especially those who stay there for a long time, we have an award that we give them as they walk out of that place. We have continuous collaboration with the local and international organizations. We have been able to implement the newborn screening for the sickle cell disease, which we do on the weigh-in days. Usually, when they come for their first weigh-in, we make sure that all babies that are born at the 37 Military Hospital are screened for the sickle cell disease for early recognition of the disease so that we can support them. And we have made tremendous reduction in the misconception of the sickle cell disease. through continuous sickle cell disease awareness program. And that is how come all our parents, our patients are here to support us as we celebrate this 20th anniversary. Our challenges. Although much has been achieved, the program still faces several challenges, including increasing number of patients, resulting in work overload, resulting in high waiting periods for patients, and sometimes they get so impatient. There's also lack of privacy at our clinics because of the number of patients. We have to see 2 or 3 patients in one consulting room on our clinic days. And also the high cost of drugs has also been a challenge. In conclusion, as we celebrate this milestone, we honor the resilience, courage, and determination of our patients and families. We recognize the challenges they face, the obstacles they have overcome, and the triumph they have achieved. We are proud to have been a part of their journey, providing care, support, and hope along the way. We also acknowledge the tireless efforts of our healthcare team, who have worked with compassion, dedication, and expertise to achieve an exceptional care for these patients. The commitment to excellence, their passion for helping others, and their willingness to go above and beyond have made a tangible difference in the lives of these patients. The sleepless nights that they have had to go to the hospital late in the night and at dawn to make sure that we don't lose even one of our patients, we cannot underestimate that. As we look into the future, we are excited to continue pushing the boundaries of care, exploring new treatments, and advancing our understanding of the sickle cell disease. We are committed to remaining at the forefront of innovations while never losing sight of the people and families that we serve. So let us take a moment to reflect over the past 20 years, to celebrate our achievements, and to honor the individuals and families who have entrusted us with their care. Here to many more years of providing hope, healing, and support to those who are affected by the sickle cell disease. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Autry. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my profound pleasure to introduce the guest of honor for this morning's Sickle Cell Symposium. We are privileged to have as our guest of honor Major General Matthew Essien. Major General Matthew Essien entered the Ghana Military Academy as an officer cadet with regular career course intake 29 in 1987. After 12 months training at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst in the United Kingdom, he was commissioned into the Corps of Signals of the Ghana Army in December 1989. He has served in various command and staff appointments in Ghana and abroad, notable among them being Commanding Officer of 1st Signals Regiment, Commanding Officer of Ghana Battalion 7 with the United Nations Mission in Liberia, Director General at the Defense Communications and Information Systems at the General Headquarters, Commander of the Support Services Brigade Group, Commander of the Army Special Operations Brigade, the General Officer commanding the Northern Command of the Ghana Army, and now the Commandant at the Ghana Armed Forces Command and Staff College. By way of peace support operations, he has served with the Economic Community Ceasefire Monitoring Group in Liberia, with the United Nations Interim Force in Lebanon, with the United Nations Assistance Mission for Rwanda in 1994-1995, a tour with the United Nations Organization mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 2003 to 2004, and a tour with United Nations mission in Côte d'Ivoire in 2010 to 2011, and finally with the African Union United Nations hybrid operation in Darfur, Sudan. Major General Essien holds a Master of Science in Telecommunications Engineering from India, a Master of Science in Defense and Strategic Studies from China, a postgraduate certificate in Public Administration, Leadership, Science and Management from China, and a postgraduate certificate in Defense Resources Management from the United States of America, among others. He is an engineer by profession, and he is a professional engineer of the Ghana Institute of Engineering. Major General Matthew Essien is married with children. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest of honor.
Dr. Ajua Kwashi, I salute you. Thank you for your services to our nation, to the armed forces, and especially to I and my family. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman and my colleagues on the high table, I will like to crave your indulgence to permit me to stand on the existing protocol that has been well established to make a few remarks here. It is an immense honor for me to stand before you this morning as we gather to celebrate a remarkable milestone, and that is the 20th anniversary of the establishment of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic at the Military Hospital. This occasion not only marks 2 decades of unwavering commitment to excellence in sickle cell care, but also serves as a powerful reminder to our shared mission to improve the lives of children affected by this condition. Today's theme, and I quote, transforming sickle cell care with global strategies and innovations, unquote, resonates deeply with our collective vision for a future where every child with sickle cell disease has access to high quality care, support, and the opportunity to thrive. Over the past 2 decades, ladies and gentlemen, we have witnessed significant advancements in the understanding and treatment of this disease, driven by innovative research, collaboration, and global commitment to health equity. As we reflect on the journey of our clinic, we acknowledge the tremendous progress that has been made. The establishment of this clinic was not merely a response to a pressing healthcare need. It was a beacon of hope for countless families. Our dedicated staff has worked tirelessly to provide comprehensive care that encompasses not only the medical needs of the patients, but also their emotional and psychological well-being. The integration of the multidisciplinary approaches has been crucial in managing the complexities of the sickle cell disease. However, ladies and gentlemen, there's still much work to be done. Sickle cell disease continues to pose significant challenges, particularly in resource-limited settings. It is imperative that we adopt global strategies that prioritize research, education, and community engagement in solving this challenge. By leveraging on innovative technologies and approaches, we can enhance our understanding of the disease and improve our treatment methodologies. One of the most promising advancements in sickle cell care is the emergence of gene therapy and other novel treatments that have the potential to transform the lives of those living with this condition. We must advocate for the support and support research initiatives that explore these innovations, ensuring that they are accessible not only in developed countries, but also in regions where sickle cell disease is most prevalent, like ours. Moreover, education plays a vital role in transforming sickle cell disease. I would therefore encourage us to continue in that vein. We must empower patients, families, and communities with knowledge about the disease, its management, and the importance of early diagnosis. By fostering an informed community, we can dismantle stigma and promote a greater understanding of the disease. Partnerships are also essential in our pursuit of transformation, and therefore collaboration with international organizations, research institutions, and advocacy groups will enable us to share best practices, learn from one another, and drive meaningful change. Together, we can create a global network that champions sickle cell care and works tirelessly to bridge the gaps in healthcare access. Ladies and gentlemen, as we move forward, let us embrace the spirit of innovation and collaboration. Let us be bold in our efforts to advocate for policies that support the sickle cell care and invest in resources necessary for sustainable improvement. Each child deserves the best possible care, and together we can make this a reality. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all the healthcare professionals here, researchers, and advocates who have contributed to the success of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic over the past 20 years. Your dedication, compassion, and commitment to excellence have made a profound impact on our lives and that of countless children and families. Let us celebrate our achievements, honor the journey ahead, and continue to strive for a future where sickle cell disease is no longer a barrier to a fulfilling life. Thank you for your attention, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, our guest of honor, Major General Matthew Asian. Learning from one another, driving meaningful change, and advocating for better policies. Each child deserves special care, and together we can and we will do it. Another round of applause for our guest of honor. Transforming sickle cell with global strategies and innovations. We're celebrating every step, every achievement we've made so far. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite now Dr. Akosua Friedrich-Agyemang to introduce our guest speaker. More applause, more applause, more applause, please.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Permit me to stand on exiting protocols. It's an honor to introduce the guest speaker. Thank you for joining us today at the 20th celebration of the Fetzer Military Hospital Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic. We are thrilled to have you here, and it promises to be an exciting session. Our guest speaker for today's celebration graduated from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, School of Medical Sciences in 1990. He served in the Ghana Armed Forces, where he participated in peacekeeping tours of duty with ECOMOG and later UNIFIL. At the time, he was a medical officer at the 6th Battalion of Infantry, 6th MBN, at the Kamina Barracks, Tamale. After resigning his commission as a captain, he relocated to the United States, where he completed his residency training in pediatrics, followed by further studies in pediatric hematology and oncology, and then bone marrow transplantation. Our guest speaker is an assistant professor at the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine, Jackson Memorial Hospital, Pediatric Hematology Oncology Department, Miami, Florida, with research interests in stem cell transplantation and gene therapy for sickle cell disease and other blood disorders. With over 20 years' experience in hematology and sickle cell disease, he has contributed significantly to medicine with published articles, countless of them, in childhood leukemia, stem cell transplant, and sickle cell disease, to name a few. Notable among the publication is Evolving Strategies in the Management of Sickle Cell Disease in the 21st Century and the Role of the Pediatrician. In 2018, as the lead medical consultant, he organized and performed the first ever bone marrow transplant in Ghana at the Ridge Hospital, Accra, Ghana. He is a member of several medical bodies, namely American Academy of Pediatrics, American Society of Transplant and Cellular Therapy, American Society of Pediatrics Hematology Oncologists, and the International Society for Cell and Gene Therapy. He has a passion for teaching and mentoring the next generation of doctors. As a faculty mentor for the Underrepresented in Medicine Visiting Scholar Program in Miami, he recently initiated Pediatric Resident Elective Program between the University of Miami Hall's Children's Hospital and the 37 Military Hospital, Accra, Ghana. And we are proud to say the first elective student finished his 2 months internship in May 2024. Given our guest speaker's extensive experience in sickle cell disease, he's the perfect person to speak to us today on our theme, Transforming Sickle Cell Care with Global Strategies and Innovation. With a rousing round of applause, please join me in welcoming our guest speaker, Dr. Edward Della Ziga, to the stage.
Thank you all for inviting me today, and I'm really humbled to be here today. May I proceed with the protocol that's already existing, and not to be any different. More so because Dr. Adjua-Kwashi, I must say that I'm well acquainted with almost all the directors of the Sickle Cell program. Dr. Kwashi was an attending, or a physician when I was an intern before my residency, and she and Dr. Tal, in my training. So I'm really, really humbled to have her here. I'd also say that Dr. Yvonne Brew, I've worked with her at Reach, fantastic lady. I call Dr. Papi my brother. We meet very often now via WhatsApp and the other media. I discuss patients every now and then with Dr. Asamoah Chure and Dr. Frida Jimai. And for me, this is my fulfillment. I was trained here in Ghana, in Kumasi. I went through the military here, and to come back here is full circle. And I must say that today, my work is kind of fulfilled, but not yet, because until I take my last breath, we'll continue to push these boundaries of any effort that we can bring to the work that we're doing here. And I must say that I stand on the shoulders of giants like Dr. Frimpong, who I never met, but immensely benefited from his work. Anywhere I went in the US, giving talks or meetings, and when they know I'm Ghanaian, they say, do you know Dr. Hini? I say, yes, everything is done. I actually got a job offer in California when I went for the interview and asked if I knew him, and I said yes. That was the end of the interview. You know, unfortunately, I couldn't stay in California, so I didn't take that job. But that is how Dr. Ohini Frimpong impacted many of us, and I never met him. I never met him. I look forward to meeting him, but I never was able to. So now Janet and I are buddies. His wife, Ohini Frimpong, we talk very often, and I've promised her that we will continue with my colleague here, Dr. Jackie Mackenzie, Mackenzie. We will continue the legacy. Prof had great dreams for Ghana, and like Jackie said, he couldn't do it alone. He needed all of us. We can't do it alone. We need all of you, and we will do what we can do, and you will continue, and we will bring this service to our patients here the highest ever. Our goal is in the next couple of years, what we do in the US, we bring it down here. And as long as we can do it, we will do that. Now, I will start with a few slides. I added a few slides that are a bit technical because I know we have some nurses here and some other health professionals trying to explain some of the issues that we, thank you, that our warriors face. As a hematologist, when I talk about blood, I'm excited. I want to talk about hemoglobin and stuff like that. So we'll do that, this couple of slides. Good. So this is our theme for today, transforming sickle cell care with global strategies and innovations. And I think that Jackie and I, we are quite there because we are in an environment where we have access to all these new therapies. And personally, I am the director of the gene therapy program now in Miami, and I'll be leading the team to do one of the first gene therapies next month when I get back to the US, yes. So it's something that I'm very familiar with, and I'm comfortable bringing here when the time comes. Good. And I always want to make sure that there's no conflict of interest, nothing to disclose. So we all know about sickle cell disease. It's one of the most common inherited diseases. I will not bore you with these statistics because you know all this already, and the day is almost gone. Now, I wanted to show this map because this is outdated. This is 2015. But the goal of this is to show you that Ghana is in the epicenter of what is happening with our sickle cell warriors. And what I'm trying to say with this slide is, if we don't pick up the mantle and do the work, no one will do it for us the way it has to be done. And that is why we are here today. And that's why you are here today. And as a team, we will continue to push the boundaries that will bring the resources and all that we need here in our country. Good. So this is a complex slide, but I'm just going to show the molecule, which is the hemoglobin molecule, and I won't bore you with that. Can you help me here with this? Can you help me with this? Just next slide, please. Thank you. Just go ahead. Keep going. Keep going. Good. One more. Good. What I'm trying to show here is iron is a key component of hemoglobin. So when you go to the hospital and you are told your iron is low, this is the reason why. It's a key component of the hemoglobin. And if your iron is low, you can't have enough hemoglobin, you're able to have the function that it does, and then you not feel well. So when you go to the hospital and they tell you what to do, you must do it. Now, the caveat here is that with sickle cell warriors, the iron can be normal and sometimes high because it's recycled when the cells break down. So don't take iron unless you do that in conjunction with your doctor. Next slide, please. Good. And this is about the molecule. Next slide, please. So that I want to show you, it tells you why when babies are born, they can be healthy, looking normal, first 2, 3 months, sometimes 6 months, and then they start getting sick. That is why newborn screening is very, very essential. Because if a child is born today, even if they have the worst form of sickle cell disease, you cannot tell, because they look healthy and normal. Within 6 months, when the hemoglobin that they had when they were in the mother's womb begins to switch to the adult hemoglobin, which is not effective in holding on and carrying oxygen, then they become symptomatic. At that point, if you wait till they become very sick, then you are actually putting them in a situation where long term they will have a more complex. That is why newborn screening is very essential, and Professor Ohini Frimpong did us a great favor of championing newborn screening in Ghana. Our collective hope, all here who are invested in this, is that it will be universal. That in the not too distant future, every hospital in Ghana will have the opportunity to do newborn screening. Why? Because if we screen early and we pick up the children who have the sickle cell when they are not symptomatic, we start working with them and helping them with their families. By the time the symptoms will be mild, or they may not have it at all, guess what? They can live longer, be more productive, and do better things because we started early. And so newborn screening is one of the greatest preventive measures that we can have. It is resource intensive, it is personal intensive, but if we get it right, carry forward, it's cheaper than waiting when our patients, our warriors get very sick, they spend time in the hospital. In my hospital, if a sickle cell warrior comes in with a very severe VOC and goes into the ICU, they leave with more than $80,000 just within 3 days of visit. And if you have to go to the ICU, unfortunately, now we're talking about almost $5,000 a day for each visit. And so this adds up to a healthcare cost. I can't imagine that even in Ghanaian, dollars, in Ghanaian, currency. So we need to prevent them from getting to that point of severity. If we cannot do that, we can actually mitigate the severity in the sense that they have VOCs, we call it vaso-occlusive crisis. They can be managed at home with home remedy, and then you have better quality of life. Next slide, please. And I put those snippets because these are targets of genetic changes that the medications that we use and the gene therapies that we are proposing is to control the disease. This is a discussion for another time. Good. This is a cartoon of the process before when the patient was going to sickle cell VOC, is that the interventions that we use now, it is made to target each of the processes. Next slide, next point, please. So you have gene modification, which we can actually do with stem cell transplantation, and now gene therapy, which is a more refined form of stem cell transplantation. You have medications that will mitigate polymerization, which is what happens when the cells become stiff and sickle, and then begin to cause problems. They injure the lining of the blood vessels, they become sticky, and they cause a lot of problems. Next slide, please. Some also medications also help to prevent clotting, because our warriors, in addition to the hemolysis, they also can clot because of the changes in the cell. So our warriors go to very, very challenging times and a complex physiology that we can actually mitigate if we get them in the right preventive medications and programs early enough. It is life-saving. It saves the families, social and economic, situation. It does a lot of good if we can identify these warriors early and begin to support them. Next slide, please. Okay, that's for the gene therapy. Next slide, please. Good. And this is an algorithm to show you what happens when our warriors continue to problems in almost every other. And for our warrior, we don't want to hear that from them. Yeah. And unfortunately, this is a warrior whose family was not very, very attuned to. His family was not very, very attuned to the follow-ups and the follow-ups and the medications. When he said that, the family switched and the most compliant family, and he's doing well now. Again, so if we do good follow-up and we take care of our warriors, our families are well informed, they do what we tell them, our warriors can live a very decent quality of life and be very happy. Next slide, please. Good. So what are the initiatives? We're talking about global initiatives that will transform the care of our patients. Now, we heard from many speakers today that a lot of initiatives that we know can be put in place to help our warriors. Hydroxyurea was one of the greatest changes that was brought into the sickle cell armamentarium. The tools that we had before hydroxyurea were far, very far between, but that transformed. And guess who championed this? Next slide, please. Well, before that, though, I always tell our warriors, especially the adolescents and young adults, if you are beginning a relationship, there's a young man or young woman that you want to date, you think you want to get serious, the first question you should ask them, what is your sickle cell genotype? Even before they start saying, I love you. And then when they give you that and it's good, you say, how much money do you have? Because you want to make sure that they don't have sickle cell, any sickle cell gene, but they have money. Is that right? But that is, and they always laugh at me, but that is it. You need to know, because if we can prevent having more children with sickle cell disease, it will improve the family dynamics. But I tell them that we are not trying to tell you not to love who you love. But know that if you choose to marry a sickle cell warrior, there's help. Get tested, let us screen, let's know early, let's help you. There's a lot of help around. Now we have bone marrow transplant, which initially used to be very challenging. A lot of patients were dying. In our hospital today, our past 5 years, 100% survivor. All our patients are doing well. So there's a lot of hope. So if you have to marry a warrior and you have a sickle cell disease child, that's not the end of the world. Get my phone number and call me. I'll be there. Okay. If both partners have the sickle cell gene, the next one, please. Good. So I can't read from clearly, but if this is, I think this one has and the other does not have, then you have sickle cell trait. The chance of you having the sickle cell SS is less, but you can still have a sickle cell trait. And our goal is even not to continue having the traits, because when trait and traits come together, then you're having more SS. And the reason why other parts of the world where the sickle cell disease has waned is that people have become more informed and avoiding this combination and helping themselves. And unfortunately, in a part of the world, we are still lagging behind education, but I know we'll get there. Because our goal is to have children that are healthy and able to continue doing what they love doing without having to go to the hospital, very often. As should having to go to the hospital every month with your warrior, sometimes twice a month. Families, cannot work. I see sometimes the families fall apart. The father says or the mother says, I can't take this. And, so to prevent this is to get the family together. Next slide, please. The next one, please. Good. So these are some of the initiatives that we're talking about. WHO, we saw the team here. Thank you so much for the great job. Champions of initiatives they've sponsored. They've actually led some initiatives themselves, and they are available for resources. If you go on the web, there's a plethora of resources freely available to you as a warrior, a family, and we physicians. I go on the website a couple of times myself to update myself, to get appraised with what's going on. There's so much around. WHO agencies are doing that. In the US, the National Institute of Health has been a champion in finding a lot of resources. Some of my research I do is funded by programs that come through the NIH, and that trickles down. I'm here today doing this because what? That has been part of what I've been doing and led me to who I am today. So there's a lot of work going around globally. What about locally? You heard about an initiative here in Ghana. We know that the American Society of Hematology has been champion in putting together guidelines that we all use. Guess what? Ghana also has its own guidelines. Share that with me. I read through, very impressive. So we have guidelines that we can work with, and these are part of the initiatives that will help us have consistent care for our warriors across the clinics and countries. Next slide, please. So this is one of the cartoons that Ash, which is the American Society of Hematology, put together in 2019. You know what you should know, and it has a comprehensive guidelines of what we need to know as warriors, as physicians. If you can go through, it's online for free. We need to read this, and because a sickle cell warrior in Ghana is not different from a warrior in the US. Whatever works for them, the hydroxyurea works for them. It might work for us too, maybe not everyone, but I think everyone should try it. If it doesn't work with you, you don't respond well, Dr. Von is there, we'll call her, and she'll help us figure out what to do next. Next slide, please. So this is the cover of the Ghanaian, comparing myself, and I'm thankful to all the entities that put this together. I think this is a platform that physicians like me across the country can read and provide our warriors with consistent care. Thank you so much for that. And the next slide. Yes. And so this is about hydroxyurea. So hydroxyurea, for me, that I always talk about, and I'm glad Dr. Vobri is here to listen to me, that I really support what she did and what she's doing. And guess what? One of the earliest research with hydroxyurea in children was by our great giant, Dr. Ohene Frimpong. In fact, the BHAG trial, he led that and made sure that the other children, that is why hydroxyurea is used from age 9 months, because he said that we should include children. If he had his way, he would have included 6-month-old children, because for him, every child needs to start this early. When the adult data came out and was so good, he said, we need to get it to every child. And so Dr. Ohene Frimpong was one of the key research, and that's what we are benefiting. And that's him. I never met him before, but I have his picture, in my office, and I will continue, getting to know Janet and his children very well, because for me, that's how I can let them know that I appreciate this giant. And we have also other giants who are in the field that we don't hear about. Dr. Ozaki Adami, 6 children in Canada, Dr. Konata Hulu, who I've not met before, I knew when I was in med school, a great researcher from Kuala Lumpur now in the UK. There are many other warriors that we have not heard about that are fighting behind the scenes to bring great care support to our warriors here, and we are very grateful. Good. And I cannot stress this, anymore. And the reason why I put this slide on is that there are a lot of myths about hydroxyurea who will not take it. I have a family that refused to take it, and the child had a stroke. And then the mother asked me, do you think that if I took it earlier? And I said, of course. I said, yes. And then she went and took it, but the child already had 1 stroke. And once you have 1 stroke, your chance of having a second stroke is even higher. And so we want to prevent that first stroke. And so warriors here, families here, please, if you're offered hydroxyurea, take it. If you have questions, ask your physicians. and we will be able to explain this to you. No medication in this world is without any effect. Every medication has some side effects, outweighing the risks, and we are here to monitor you and make sure that you are taking the medications in a safe way. And whenever we see that the medications are becoming more of a risk to you, Dr. Yvonne and her team will be able to withdraw or make changes that will benefit you without causing those problems. So don't be scared and think that they will put you on the medication and leave you to go to Tamale. No, you'll be monitored. In fact, one of the requirements for going on this medication is for you to agree that you come back for follow-up and make sure that all we need to do to make it safe for you is done. In our practice, if we have families that we cannot trust, we don't give it to them because the medicine is not an easy medicine to take. Next slide, please. And key to our move forward, the global initiative is our community-based effort. No one can do this better than the warriors and their families. In their little groups, in their churches, in their schools, we need to speak out and educate everyone that works with our warriors. If the teacher knows that the warrior has this condition that sometimes make them have a lot of pain, they cannot focus well, they will give them a chance to do their work. They will be mean to them, and our warriors will not hate school because of the teacher. But if the teacher does not know, they think our warriors are being lazy, or they are just trying to play truant. Then the warrior says, you know what, I'm not going to go to school because I don't like the teacher. Then it becomes a losing game. We want it to be a win-win. When we dedicate the families, the teachers, our friends around, even the neighbors, because if you are not home and your warrior is sick, your neighbor might come and help. And that neighbor also might educate other people. Education is key. We need to, I had some of the educational sound bites when I was here, and I thought that was fantastic, very well put together. Listen to those commercials and adhere to the instructions. Go to the screening, and do what you have to do because it is life-saving. Preventive care is life-saving. Next slide, please. Good. And we talked about, the initiatives moving forward. Bone transplants is what I do. It is one of the approved cures for sickle cell disease and with good outcomes. Unfortunately, not every town or city or hospital can have it. Even in the U.S., multidisciplinary and very intense, kind of thing for many centers. We tried in Ghana with very mixed results to prove that we can do it if we work together. Next slide, please. Good. And this is just the gene therapy. The difference between the gene therapy and the bone marrow transplant is that for gene therapy, the stem cell that is used is not from any other donor. It is from the warrior him or herself. We take a bone marrow, we manipulate it, and we refuse bone marrow. Now makes changes in your body, grows new cells, and then corrects the genetic changes. And when it works well, it's like a breath of new life. They are free from disease, and I have some families asking me for transplant. The mother says, what should I do now? Because she was in a hospital almost twice, 2 weeks every month. Now the child is disease-free, she has so much time, and she doesn't know what to do. But we need to be able to work with them and get them to this point. Next slide, please. Good. And this is just about gene therapy. This is one of the last few slides. But our next steps here at 37 is threefold. Research, collaboration, that will bring the new innovative medications here to 37. And so we know this process is going on, and the University of Miami, as Dr. Akoso said, has now signed a collaboration, a contract with 37 Hospital. We're going to have residents come here every year. There are 2 coming in February, next few months. And we're going to have an exchange program where we're going to have residents from 37 come to Miami also and train under me. And so that we're going to share our experience and train our leaders moving forward. And so signed and sealed, University of Miami is going to lead up to their part of the deal because I am there, and that is beautiful. So that's research. And we're also trying to look at international research protocols that are amenable to our Ghanaian community. So 37 will be one of the research sites. We have patients that meet the criteria for this research. We will have them be a site, go through the rigorous, review, and if they approve, then we can have patients here so they can benefit from, research, report that we have patients now who are filled hydroxyurea or who can back-to-back crisis. We have new drugs that some of them can try, but we can't bring them if this is not under research. So that is another avenue. And the last, as the Dr. Akosa said, is the education collaboration, where we're going to have the residents go back and forth. So I'm excited about what is going on. And for 20 years, just hear the milestones of how far we have come. The future looks so bright to me. I might not live that long to see it, but what I know I can do my part now. So that future becomes a reality. Professor Willie Frimpong had a great long-term future for us. He's not here with us anymore. He didn't choose not to be with us. Nobody knows tomorrow. So today is what we have. Let's do what we got today. And when tomorrow comes, we're not there, we know that the legacy we'll leave behind will move us forward. Just as Professor Willie Frimpong's legacy is moving me forward, moving Jackie forward, and all of us forward. Thank you so much for the invitation. Can I take any questions? Or?
Wow, thank you very much, Dr. Edward de la Ziga. Thank you. I had no idea that iron could not be taken without your doctor's direction. Captain Say, did you know that? So we learned something valuable every day. Another round of applause for Dr. Ziga. And for all our experts gathered here, please put your hands together. For all our experts gathered here. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the high point of our celebrations. We have some citations to present this morning. To show our gratitude, our appreciation for all the support that we've had throughout these 20 years. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like us to put our hands together for Professor Ohene Frimpong. No longer with us, but still very much in our hearts and minds. And now it's time to invite our head of department, Dr. Pabi Abekwi. Ladies and gentlemen, more applause, please.
Thank you. I'm sure you've heard a lot about some of our pioneers who have done so much for the sickle cell clinic. We are taking the opportunity this time to say thank you for all the work they did for us. I would like to call on my father, Brigadier General P.K. Ayo, to come and hand over these citations to these individuals for us. Sir. So the first on the list, and I'm sure you can guess, right? Can you guess who the first person that you think we should? Dr. Mrs. Kwashi. Well, I didn't say it. So Dr. Mrs. Kwashi, today, on the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic of the 37th Military Hospital, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to you, whose invaluable expertise, dedication, and compassion have been instrumental in the establishment of 37th Military Hospital Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic. Improving the lives of individuals living with sickle cell disease have been a source of inspiration to us all. We are deeply appreciative of your role in shaping this initiative and your continued involvement in providing exceptional care to our patients. The staff of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic, the Department of Pediatrics, the 37th Military Hospital, and as was said by our guest of honor, your services to the Ghana Armed Forces Medical Service in general. We all say, and the children of Ghana, we say Aiko to you. Thank you very much. May you please come and receive your citation from the commander of the 37th Military Hospital. All right. Thank you very much. Yes, I think that's okay. Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Kwashi. Thank you. The next to be Dr. Ivan Brew. Also, Dr. Ivan Nana, with gratitude, we acknowledge you, Dr. Ivan Nana, for the significant role you played in the smooth running and success of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic at 37th Military Hospital. Your expertise, compassion, and hands-on involvement in patient care have been instrumental in shaping the clinic into a place of hope and healing for individuals living with sickle cell clinic. Even with sickle cell disease, even though you are now with the value for the services that you rendered for the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic at 37th Military Hospital. Thank you. Aiko. Sir, once you are there, I would like you to remain there. And I will call on the lady of the high table, the Hobson, Brigadier General, to please do me this honor. So today, also, we want to recognize Brigadier General P.K. Aibo for his contribution to the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic. He is a pediatrician, for those of you who don't know, and he has served as a clinician in the department, and then also served as head of the Department of Pediatrics. Today, we take a moment to celebrate and honor the exceptional leadership and commitment of our commander, Brigadier General P.K. Aibo, whose vision, dedication, and tireless effort have made an indelible mark in the pediatric division, and as are deeply grateful. Your staff and family at the pediatric division says Aiko. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, General. Is there a rep of Dr. Osepa despite here, or any rep from? Not yet. All right, so maybe Sheila, you can receive this on his behalf. So we express our sincere appreciation to you, Dr. Kwame Osei, despite, for your extraordinary support to the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic at 37th Military Hospital, especially in building the Osei Kwame Despite Children's Block, where we have a whole floor dedicated to sickle cell disease patients. It is rare to encounter someone whose vision transcends personal achievement and focuses entirely on the well-being of others. On this day, as we celebrate the 20th anniversary of the Pediatric Research Clinic, we say Aibo and thank you very much for your continued support. So that is to Dr. Self-Kwame Despite. Thank you. So this is a surprise, and it's coming from the head of the Department of Pediatrics. I'm sure you recognize a lot of work has gone into this anniversary celebration and the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic. So on this day, I have HOD special recognition. This is to Dr. Sheila Asamoah Ochre. Sheila. So Sheila is the lead clinician of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic now. And the vision that was lighted is being carried on. So on this special day, this is from the head of the Department of Pediatrics in recognition of your outstanding dedication to the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic of 37 Military Hospital. Chair, please, I would like you to do this honor for me. So in recognition of your dedication, we say thank you and we urge you to continue. Don't give up. I know a few weeks ago, you lost one of your warriors and you cried for 3 days. We want to encourage you to keep on helping them out. The next is Dr. Amma Dapa Efri. Amma, I'm sure you are in the background somewhere. So when I was house officer at the Department of Pediatrics, Dr. Amma was there. She held my hand. She is a very wonderful person, and I'm sure all of us who know her, I call her an angel. She's not a human being. So Dr. Amma, to recognize your outstanding dedication to the Pediatric Research Clinic. And in fact, if you come to the department, she's the longest serving doctor in the Department of Pediatrics. Francisca Amachi to hand over this award to you, Dr. Amma, for your dedication to the Department of Pediatrics. The next is Dr. Akusia Fredua Ajimai. In recognition of your outstanding dedication to the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic of 37 Military Hospital, on this day, the head of the department wants to say, Ayupo Sickle Cell Department, and want to recognize all the work.
So as parents, we present this citation to the head of the pediatric unit, Dr. Emmanuel Abi Kui Pabi. This citation is gratefully presented to you in recognition and appreciation of your work, Pediatric Sickle Cell Unit of the 37 Military Hospital. Your leadership and dedication have been fundamental in guiding the pediatric division to excellence. Your commitment to the well-being of our children has been exemplary. We, the parents and guardians of the children with sickle cell disease, carry in our hearts the memory and uniqueness of your contribution, and therefore ask the good Lord to strengthen you and add more wisdom to your personality. Thank you, Dr. Pagbi, as you are affectionately called. It's a testament to yourself. Citation in honor of W01 Teresa Ali. We deeply appreciate your remarkable dedication, unwavering diligence, and boundless zeal toward your work. Your exceptional organizational skills and steadfast commitment to ensuring the seamless operation of the sickle cell unit have been invaluable and inspiring to all. Your tireless efforts, day in and day out, reflect not only your professionalism, but also your compassion and empathy for the children and families whose lives you touch. As parents and guardians of children with sickle cell disease, we join together to say a heartfelt and resounding thank you. Your work is not just and celebrated. W01 Razak Isifu. A citation in honor of W01 Razak Isifu. We are deeply grateful for your extraordinary dedication, unwavering commitment, and tireless passion for your work. Your exceptional organizational abilities and steadfast efforts to ensure the smooth functioning of the sickle cell unit have been both invaluable and truly inspiring. The compassion and empathy you show toward the children and families you serve shine through in your daily effort, exemplifying both professionalism and a caring heart. As parents, we say thank you very much. And this citation is in honor of our very own Mr. Atitogui A. Ben. We affectionately if it is say Ayoko, your hard work and dedication behind the scenes have ensured that the clinic runs smoothly and efficiently. We deeply appreciate the sacrifices you make and the strength you have, earnest hope and prayer that the Lord continues to bless you with abundant grace, resilience, and strength as you carry on this vital and noble work. Your impact is immeasurable, and we stand with you in solidarity and support. Thank you, Ifu. Thank you very much. Hearty congratulations once again to all the deserving professionals who have been honored this morning. We say more grease to your elbows in service to the Sickle Cell Clinic, the Pediatric Department, and the entire 37 military. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Professor Onike Rodriguez, Professor of Pediatrics and former head of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic, Kolebu Teaching Hospital, as well as Dr. Shirley Frimpong, the Chief Executive Officer, National Blood Service. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of Nana Berima Kwabna Ewa I, Chief of Achim Sokode Joasu, and Berima of Achim Kukrentumi and his entourage.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to acknowledge the presence here of GAFCON. Thank you, GAFCON. And now we will take some music. You've been sitting for a while. In the military, they always say 5-minute leg stretch. So this is your opportunity to move your body a little in your seat. If you like music like me, enjoy this. Thank you very much for the music. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our brass band. Thank you. Almost at the end of this, I'd like to ask children and parents to please stay after closing. We've got something we would like to show you. I'd like to thank you, children, for staying this long and paying such close attention. Hasn't been easy. I know a few young people wanted to bring their tablets and their phones with them. So I'd like to thank you for your attention. A round of applause for our children. Not easy to be a child in the 21st century. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to invite our chairman for his closing remarks. Please put your hands together for Major General Ewusi.
Our esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow stakeholders, as we come to the end of this momentous occasion, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to each and every one of you for your participation, engagement, and support. Today, we celebrated a remarkable milestone, and that is the 20th anniversary of our Sickle Cell Clinic at the 37 Military Hospital. What we've done today is we've reflected on the clinic's achievement, we've acknowledged the challenges, and reaffirmed our commitment to providing comprehensive care and support to individuals and families affected by sickle cell disease. I would like to extend my special appreciation to our guest. Our Major General had to take leave because he had another pressing function at GAFC. So that's Major General Lesian, Brigadier General Ayibo, and Professor Yidi Ziga. I'll say something quickly. I'm sure you all found out that he has some military background. So, 15th January, we went to military academy, 1993. And that is our senior one sitting there. So our graduation parade, that was our junior and officer. He commanded us, and that's our senior man. So anytime any of us move in rank, we give him another rank. So he is Lieutenant General Dela Ziga. Dela, thanks so much. Thank you for honoring us with your presence. Your support and encouragement means a great deal to us. Grateful. Please sit. To our healthcare team, patients, families, and supporters, I thank you for your tireless efforts, dedication, and passion. Your commitment to improving the lives of those affected by sickle cell disease is truly inspiring. As we close, let us carry forward the spirit of hope, resilience, and determination that defines our sickle cell community. Let us continue to work together to advance our understanding of sickle cell disease, improve care and treatment, and advocate for the needs of those affected. Thank you once again for your participation, and I wish you all a safe journey back home. May God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our chairman, Major General Raymond Ewusi. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always nice to be appreciated. And so we would like to acknowledge all of you whose tremendous work, tremendous contributions have brought us this far. To say our vote of thanks, I would like to invite Lieutenant Colonel N. Japon Osei. Please put your hands together.
Sir, permit me to stand on established protocols and say good afternoon to you all. It is my singular honor to deliver the vote of thanks as we draw the curtains down on this insightful and enriching symposium. First, we thank the Almighty God for this anniversary and symposium, for making this anniversary and symposium possible. A special thank you to the chairman of the occasion, Major General Raymond Kwabla Ewusi, for steering the affairs of this conference and bringing it to a successful end. To our esteemed guest of honor, who is currently not with us, Major General Matthew Essien, and guest speaker, Professor Edward Dela Ziga, we can't say thank you enough for honoring our invitation and the constructive support you give to the Sickle Cell Clinic. We are most grateful for your inspiring speech and keynote address respectively. Your valuable insights have significantly contributed to this event's success and provided us much to reflect upon. To our father, the commander of 37 Military Hospital, Brigadier General P.K. Aibo, we are most grateful for your leadership and mentorship, which has molded the pediatric division and the Sickle Cell Clinic in particular to what it is today. To our pioneering staff of the 37 Military Sickle Cell Clinic, led by, we appreciate beyond the boundaries at a time to bring hope to our warriors living with sickle cell, as well as their caregivers. We thank our distinguished speakers for sharing their expertise and knowledge with us. Your presentations have been incredibly informative and engaging, offering us new perspectives and ideas. Barima Kwabna Ewa I, Chief of Sokode Draso Achim Kukurentumi, is worth mentioning. We are most grateful to you for your presence, time, and support. We are most grateful to the administrative staff of 37 Military Hospital, the Ghana Armed Forces Critical Care and Emergency Hospital, to the organization, the International Sickle Cell Center, the National Blood Bank of Service, Ghana Sickle Cell Foundation, and invited guests from sister health facilities, heads of departments, and representatives of various departments of 37 Military Hospital. We are most grateful for honoring our invitation. We thank our dedicated organizing committee and volunteers for your tireless efforts and meticulous planning. Your hard work behind the scenes has ensured the smooth execution of this conference. We also extend our appreciation to our sponsors and partners. Your generous support has been instrumental in making this event possible and successful. A special thanks to our participants and attendees, military and defense civilian staff, caregivers, and warriors of 37 Military Hospital Sickle Cell Clinic for your active engagement and enthusiasm. Your presence made this event a collaborative success. To the technical support team, thank you for ensuring that all our sessions run seamlessly, both in person and virtually. Your expertise and dedication are greatly appreciated. Lastly, I would like to thank the venue staff, protocol, and catering team for their excellent service and hospitality. Your efforts have made everyone feel comfortable and welcome. In conclusion, thank you all once again for your invaluable contributions and participation. You have made this symposium memorable and fulfilling. Have a great day and a festive season and traveling messages back home. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I'd like to inform our audience that the Airtel Tigo stand is located right outside the hall, and they will be giving free SIMs and electronic SIMs to the first 100 people to approach their stand. And right after we depart from here, we'll take good pictures outside the hall, and then senior officers and senior defense civilian staff are warmly invited to the command mess for a brief reception. Thank you very much.
And now I would like to invite to say the closing prayer, Captain S. Salifu. Please put your hands together.
Please let us pray. Almighty Allah, we thank Thee in the beginning and we are thanking Thee now. We acknowledge Your presence in steering the affairs of this gathering. At this juncture of our lives as caregivers, we celebrate Your divine care. We celebrate Your healing power. And we celebrate Your support over the families who entrust their ones to us, their clients to us. These 20 years has not been easy, but with You, we have moved from grace to grace. We pray that You continue to strengthen us from strength to strength, and that You will sharpen our hearts, You broaden our hearts, and that You will give us the skills, the needed skills, to be able to continue to give healing and welfare and caregiving to Your servants. And as we leave here, we pray that we will not fall into any form of danger or temptation, that we will do what is right in Your sight, and that our actions will be sanctioned by Your governance. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. آمين.
Thank you very much, Captain S. Salifu. Transforming sickle cell with global strategies and innovations. That has been our theme for the celebration of 20 years of the Pediatric Sickle Cell Clinic. Distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, as Christmas approaches and a new year dawns, we wish you long life, good health, joy, peace, and every kind of prosperity. May the coming years bring greater success and many more achievements in our battle to promote health and wellness. I'm Jackie Ankra. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a beautiful Christmas, peace, and many blessings. Dear children, please stay behind with your parents. We've got something exciting for you. I'd like to thank you all very much for being here this morning. And if you do have a phone, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's keep lifting high the flag of Ghana. Where's Captain Tay? Come on. Come and say something. You must speak as well. Captain Tay Shine must be the army in her blood. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking some photographs after this. Remember to bring a beautiful smile. This is how far the Lord has brought us. Thank you all very much. Long live the Sickle Cell Clinic. Long live Ghana. Long live Africa. God bless you.
About 18,000 children are born every year in Ghana with sickle cell disease.
At least 1 out of every 50 newborns in Ghana is affected by sickle cell disease.
Alarmingly, 9 out of 10 newborns in Ghana are not screened for their sickle cell status.
This issue extends beyond Ghana to all of Africa, where millions of babies go unscreened each year. Many are only diagnosed with sickle cell disease after severe pain crisis, leading to needless suffering and loss of life.
Some families experience financial hardship due to high medical bills, forcing them to take loans or seek early discharge from hospitals.
Low awareness and lack of knowledge can result in severe complications, societal stigmatization, and fear.
However, it is important to know that sickle cell disease, while challenging, can be managed effectively. With early diagnosis and interventions, many complications can be prevented.
Newborn screening, comprehensive health care, and parental education can enable up to 95 out of every 100 children with sickle cell disease to thrive into adulthood.
Some Ghanaians with sickle cell disease have lived full lives into their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, thanks to access to appropriate medical care.
Many people continue to suffer from sickle cell disease due to years of neglect, lack of knowledge, and needed health care.
The burden of sickle cell disease is rising across Ghana and sub-Saharan Africa. Today, we say enough is enough.
Sickle cell disease deserves the same level of attention and support as other public health issues.
It is time for the swift implementation of newborn screening policies across Ghana and Africa to ensure early diagnosis and treatment.
I advocate for culturally relevant and relatable educational initiatives to combat sickle cell disease stigmatization and misinformation.
It is time to prioritize sickle cell disease on public health agendas. Let us all ensure universal access to comprehensive health care. It is time for investment in sickle cell research and healthcare infrastructure to support these efforts.
Join us in supporting individuals living with sickle cell disease. Contact us to make a difference.
To all the sickle cell warriors out there, we are in this together.
We stand with you in this fight.
Sickle cell disease. You are not alone.